My best friend saw her with a man at a hardware store. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. A bit of background. Well, here goes, guys. I am currently out of town visiting family for a week. My grandma, who lives with my parents, is very ill, and I wanted to say goodbye. My girlfriend, who I have been with for 7 years, recently had surgery and didn't feel comfortable traveling the 5-hour car ride with me. Very understandable, because she is still in quite a bit of pain. I've been here about 3 days now, and will be spending another 2 here with my parents. My girlfriend and I have always had a strong relationship. We get along very well. We manage to communicate about almost everything. We rarely fight. In fact, when we do, it is usually about housework, which admittedly is usually my fault, as I leave too much of it on her. This will be relevant in a bit. We had a fight about the housework right before I left to visit my grandmother. Since she had surgery, she hasn't been about to keep up with the cleaning and laundry much, and the house has gotten a bit out of hand. She is kinda a neat freak, where I'm okay with clutter, and even by my standards, the house was getting pretty messy. I promised I would clean up, and I did, but she kept insisting more needed to be done. I thought it was clean, but it wasn't up to her standards. Now that I've left, I can see I was a bit in the wrong, and I feel bad, and I've told her so via text. She seems to forgive me. She didn't mean to snap at me over it. She's in pain and is exhausted and just wants more help around the house. I only see clutter when I clean, but I don't think about things like vacuuming and dusting. I thought we had cleared the air and were okay, but she has been very distant over the days I have been here. We had very little communication. And now, I got a text from my best friend telling me he saw her walking about a hardware store with some guy. He described him as tall, with dark black, long hair, and full beard. This does not fit the description of any of her friends. She was leaning against his arm while they walked around the store. He saw them leave together and walk to the chain restaurant across the street. My girlfriend has never given me the impression she would cheat, ever. We've always told each other when we had crushes on people and been open when other people expressed feelings to us. And with her leaning on the guy, I'm worried. But at the same time, my girlfriend tends to lean on all of her friends she feels comfortable with when there is a lot of walking involved. She had a heart condition, now more exacerbated by her recent surgery, and she does faint on occasion. She always holds my arm when we walk around stores, and I've seen her do the same with her girlfriends. So it may be that she was having a dizzy spell and leaned onto this guy for support. Whoever he is. I've expressed that I'm thinking of leaving here today and coming home early, and after all day of not talking to me, she responded, "No. Visit with your family. You never see them. Spend all the time with grandma that you can. She doesn't have long left, and I'm sure spending her last days with you will be really comforting for her. It's flattering that you're homesick though and you miss me. I miss you too." I didn't want to sound accusatory, so I sent something along the lines of, "Hey. Dave said he saw you at a hardware store today and meant to say hi, but didn't have the time." She responded, "I wasn't at hardware store today, just grocery store." Admittedly, I was a bit suspicious. My girlfriend doesn't really do social media. She is a high school teacher, and all she has is a Facebook. She keeps it for professional purposes only and is basically nothing on there, so I decided to check her email. I know, I feel awful, but I'm starting to get worried. She had a few from some generic Gmail around that was basically something like, Sugarlandman1234. There was no Google Plus info on the page. I also Googled the Gmail and could find no other accounts associated with it. The back and forth. Sugarlandman1234, sorry about the email. Shattered my phone on a job and I'm not gonna replace it until my contract expires. Girlfriend, that's okay. I totally understand. Are we still on for Saturday? Sugarlandman1234, yay. I'm free. Is the boyfriend gone already? Girlfriend, yep. He left the other day. Shouldn't be back until like Wednesday. Sugarlandman1234, cool. Sounds good then. Girlfriend, do you want to get dinner or pizza? On me, of course. We will need some fuel, or I imagine we will be exhausted. Sugarlandman1234, that's nice of you. Don't know yet. Well, decide that day? I've got my dad's phone now. He doesn't really ever use it, so I'll text you from there. I'll let you know it's me. That was the entirety of it really. Now I'm even more worried. Should I come home early? Confront her over the phone? Leave it alone until I get home when I was going to anyway? Edit, she just had a hysterectomy. She is only recently home from the hospital and doesn't have much energy. We haven't had sex since the surgery. She says she can't. I honestly believe her because I've changed the bandaging on her stitches and they look painful. Other than slowly walking around, she can't do too much. My best friend and his girlfriend, now fiancé, have all been mutual friends together for several years and all go out together frequently. He knows for sure what he looks like and that it was her. I'm sure this is not relevant at all, but a guy can hope. My birthday is in 10 days. My friend drove by my house. There is a white truck in the driveway but the plates on it are from a neighboring state. It's getting kinda late there. My friend drove by again. Truck is still there. Truck is from another state, but girlfriend has family in that state. My girlfriend is not really close with her family at all. We really only see them on holidays. However, my girlfriend's family owns a construction company. But their company lays concrete. I don't think they have any carpenters or anything like that. I could be wrong though. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt because she had never done anything to make me mistrust her in the past. I don't want to leave early and risk missing out on time with my grandma. I have called her 3 times, and texted her a ton. I haven't been accusatory, just asked what she was doing and if she had any friends over. Basically, we live in a dead zone cell phone coverage wise. We live in a town surrounded by cornfields for miles and miles. We get spotty reception at best. When I last spoke to her she said she was doing laundry and working on a quilt she is making for my mom. Both the laundry and her sewing room are in the basement. We get no service in the basement. A little while ago I got a picture message of our cat laying all over her quilting supplies, and one saying she missed me. It's possible she hasn't gotten my texts because she has very possibly been in her sewing room all day. She can spend hours there working on projects and watching Netflix. She always calls me right before she falls asleep when we are apart though, so I'm waiting for her to call me before bed now. Still no call from her, but if she is in the basement quilting and watching Netflix, that is no surprise. She can go for hours. No idea if the truck is still there or not. My friend drove by again around 9 p.m. and it was still there. I'm not going to make him go out again. I'm thinking I will just come home when I'm supposed to. If anything is going on, I have proof. Here are some of the best comments from our community. This may sound stupid, but am I the only one who thinks she might be planning some sort of surprise and this guy is helping? Who meanders around a hardware store with their lover? Their email exchange seems too light/cheery/non-sexual. She may want him to stay with his family so she has time to plan/build/finish something she is working on with a dude that seems to be helping her in exchange for food. This also explains why she'd lie about the hardware store. I honestly think there could be a good surprise in the works. Dude, if you're worried about it, you need to call her and talk to her. If this is a birthday surprise, can you imagine how horrible she'd feel if she knew you were going through this torment? Everything you've said about the situation seems like a birthday thing. Their conversation is so business-oriented that it's almost professional. If she knew you were going through this, and she really is just making a surprise, I think she'd want the chance to alleviate your worries and just tell you so. She doesn't even have to tell you what the gift/surprise actually is. I'm a very suspicious person in relationships, have been cheated on in the past, horrible trust issues, etc. But actually in this case I'm coming down on the side of her and this dude building you something around the house. It just seems to fit the facts better. I know you're freaking out at the moment, I would be too. But my money is on this all being completely innocent. Good luck. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.